us out of the match there early, so we're down 29-20 with 3 matches to go.
This is Cal Stofflet. And we'll see who this is. Either Jason Berg or Jacob Rashka.
It'd be
Jason
Rashta.
Berg.
Oh, is it? Those next 2 guys are both pretty good. That Rashta's pretty good too. I think they both weighed in at, if I'm not mistaken,
Berg and Rashka weighed in at 52. Paget, Jake Paget at 160. If Stofflet can pull up,
yeah,
I'd consider maybe an upset.
Yeah, I would think so. Cal isn't really the starter here, although they've changed around so much. I'm not sure. At the Cheesehead, Brock Benitz will be down at 52. I think he weighed in at 53 today. But that's not today. Come on, fight this off, Cal. Oh.
2 takedown. Berg.
That should have been fought. That wasn't a takedown.
Yep.
You can't just belly down on that. I think this is one of our 2 seniors wrestling today. This is not looking for excuses or anything, but it is a pretty young team.
A little better effort there in motion by Stofflet. 1 minute left first period. Stofflet trails 2-0 to Jason Berg. And Stofflet needs to win this match. If he loses by decision, it would be 32-20. The Red Raiders could put up 12 points on the board.
With 2 pins, but I got a feeling I think they got more wins, don't they?
Milwaukee would have, they would have 7, we'd have 7.
Oh,
pin total would be 3 for Pewaukee, 2 for the Red Raiders.
Well, it depends on how we do, so we don't know that. We're speculating.
Yeah, that's best worst case scenario kind of thing.
We're kind of shooting for pie in the sky here now, I guess, huh? Stofflet trails 2-0 here with 10 seconds left in a match that we desperately have to win.
There was
a pretty good flurry. If we'd have just had 1 more move, I think we'd have been all right. 4 seconds left.
And a little more wrestling, Matt.
Be good to have an 11th hour move here just to score 1.
A little better work there the last 15 seconds of the period. Hopefully that carries on.
Come on, get a hard start here, Cal. Oh, boy.
No resistance there. Just gave him a free ride to his feet.
Yeah, you don't need to be cutting him here unless you're really hot shot on your feet.
3-0 for Berg of Pewaukee.
Well, we knew this was going to be a really close meet. I think a couple things happened early. One is that we were looking for big points out of Bo Thompson at heavyweight there.
And Cody Abel.
We did, and the same with Cody Abel. So they picked up the bonus points so far, and we didn't. That's really what's happened. Now, I don't think we have to throw in the towel here yet, but there's that old story about it's not over till the chubby lady sings, but I think I hear her humming here a little bit.
Well, Stavit's got to find some way to turn on something for offense.
Yeah, there isn't much here.
For offense.
It's just push around, push around. In the same token, you got to give Berg a little credit. He ain't going to do anything very stupid here.
He's gonna wrestle a smart match now, get himself out of position where he could potentially lose the match.
Stay in position. Yeah, that's all they're doing. And you know they have done a pretty good job of that.
Oh yes, they have. Warning, stalling on Stofflet.
Now that's a strange call, because I thought near the edge of the mat he was the one initiating the action. But there again, I guess wearing red too.
Fifteen seconds left, second period. Stofflet still trails 3-0, and there is not anything going on here in this match.
Well, I guess that's kind of predictable a little bit. Pewockee's pretty content, and we don't really have much offense. Well, we got to come out of here. We got to come out of here and then try and hunt a takedown.
And I would think, seeing what Pewaukee has seen for 2 periods, they ride them as long as they can until Stofflet maybe gets some type of a start of a neutral
Absolutely.
position.
We got a little help here. They got one for stalling. Who got one for stalling? They both got one for stalling.
1 point apiece now, so
but
now that's 4.
The point went against us.
0.
Because we had one before. Not so sure that was a great call.
Well, it was pretty quick after the start of the whistle.
Come on, Cal. Get some action down here.
And they're out of bounds with 1:20 left. Yeah, if I was a Pewaukee wrestler, I'd ride him as long as I could until he got to his feet or the chance to maybe reverse me, and then just cut him loose because proven is not doing anything on his feet.
We're not very dangerous. And that's, that's why it's so important. We try to teach some freestyle and some upper body. You have to be dangerous. You have to be able to have an 11th hour move, I call it, because he's kind of demonstrated there's nothing to be really afraid of here. That's why if you're going to learn that stuff, you got to learn at a young level. Kids that go out in the lawn and play headlocks and so forth, the kind of natural things. So if you can get young kids to kind of do that early, then they now we got one.
Stofflet's got the escape, 4-1, 40 seconds left.
40 seconds left. But again, what do we have here to score 5 points?
Slide by and a shot in by Berg. That's what he needed to do there.
See, just pushing in, I get you nothing. You got to be able to. How can you score any big points from here?
15 seconds left.
Come on, come on, come around, come around, come around. Get something, Cal.
Heading aside, he'll probably give up the 2. There he's got the 2. 3 seconds left. It's 4-3.
There again, we were no threat to score big points,
4-3.
So we're down 32 to 20, and we've got 12 points laying on the board yet on the mat.
So we can tie the dual meet.
If we could get 2 pins.
If we get 2 pins, we can tie the dual meet, but we'll lose on most pins criteria. Because the Red Raiders would have potentially 2, and Pewaukee has a forfeit and 2 pins.
Well, let's worry about these next 2 matches. We got Brock Benitz.
Brock Benitz on the mat. And I'm guessing Jake Paget.
I watched this kid before. He's decent. This ain't going to be a gimme. He plays pretty high, I think, at the
Battle on the Bay.
Yeah.
Then it spins behind. Leg trip. They're out of bounds.
Oh, Brock didn't have his foot on. There we go. That's on there. Ref calling for got a point over there.
Mm-hmm.
Called. He touched his hand in the mat. Now, this guy's got some action here too. It's a pretty nice slide by.
Two takedown Benitz, swing and a miss on a headlock. Benitz got the easy one there, just covered him up, took him to the mat.
And he's got the traditional nosebleed. So you gotta gamble a little bit here. If you're a team guy, you know, you can play conservative and win for yourself, or that's never really been our style. You gotta really bring it now and try and make a match out of it.
Yeah,
anyway.
open it up and look to score big.
We got just a little less than a minute left here in the first period with Brock Benitz. I think he's probably got 3 pins on the day. Huh?
I can look back.
I'd guess if
27-second pin in the first round, a 15-second pin in the second round, and we got one more here.
Scott's going through some background on what he's done today.
And Brock a 2-minute 38-second pin.
Okay, so he's got 2 first period pins and a second period pin. But I think I've watched this guy too. He's
this is obviously the best of the 3 guys he's wrestled so far.
Yeah.
There's
So
been a
come on, Brock.
A couple of good individual matchups. Each team has had a good individual or 2, sometimes team strength. You know, when you're down 4 wrestlers away, you know, a team that hurts you a lot. But there's been some good individuals.
Yeah. Oh, he's looking for that cradle. Brock's pretty tough on top.
Badger trying to stay in a wide base. Tried to catch a tilt. Didn't get counted. Bar, half, cross body.
Uh-oh, he's got this boy in big trouble.
Roll into a double arm bar here, isn't it?
He had a bar and a half, that's for sure. Oh, he's going after this guy.
Seven seconds left in the period.
He's got 3 points sitting?
I think so.
Two.
Two sitting there. 4-0 Benitz leads after 1.
He was going after it pretty hard there.
And the blood time again, the nose plug comes out.
He's been pretty sick all week. He stayed at our house there. That flu bug's been going around. I think everybody kind of got it a little bit.
I heard that from the Bloomer coach too. He said,
Did he?
Yeah. He said they had a guy sick today, and it's going around their neck of the woods as well. And wrestling's kind of a sport that way. You're so close body contact. When somebody gets something, there's going to be a lot more people ending up with it.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Yep. That's it. A lot of contact. Come on, Brock. Keep us in this match.
And they're getting him cleaned up and wiped off and nose plugged.
There comes a point. His dad broke his nose too. His uncle always bled. It's kind of it's not a fun deal to wrestle with your nose all plugged up
No,
either, because
it's hard to breathe.
yeah, it gets dry.
And especially if you get somebody that, you know, their arm or hand is working across your mouth and your nose is plugged up. Inside collar tie now switched around. Benitz with a shot,
This kid's
little
pretty
short
strong.
drag off that, and takedown. 6-0 the lead.
No, he's going
Got
after it,
a
isn't
bar here, trying to keep it pinned with his hip, as you can see.
he? And there again, we got a guy here that's his goal is not to give up points.
If you don't give up a pin, irregardless of what happens in the last match, Pewaukee going to win.
Exactly, yep.
And he's finding the outside of the circle pretty quickly.
6-0, Brock Benitz.
Minute 3 left, second period. Caution, Rapids. Just under a minute left here in the second period. Trying to get a tip here is Benitz. And no near fall there.
No points on the tip.
Didn't get the shoulders exposed.
This guy's a pretty good wrestler. He didn't go with that at all. He's got that bar, had a bar. This kid's wrestling pretty hard underneath. And
Yeah,
it's
he's
hard to pin people that really keep moving.
That don't want to get pinned.
No.
Yeah, he's working pretty hard on the bottom. And they roll out of bounds at the end of the period. 6-0. Benitz with the lead going into the third period.
So the Pewaukee crowd will go crazy here if Brock don't get the pin, because that means they've iced it.
And we got some more blood time coming here. As once you get a nosebleed going, it's hard to get it slowed down enough because your heart's pumping, so it's pumping the blood through your system that much harder.
Yeah, and this time of the year, I think you get so dried out, you know, and you get. He I think broke his nose there this fall.
All right, we got that cleaned up, I think.
So whose choice is this now, do you think, Scott?
I think Brock's, and they're going on their feet.
This kid's a pretty good wrestler. He's not.
He's doing enough to make it look like he's doing a lot.
Yeah.
And that's what his job is. Minute and a half left.
Yeah, you can't even get near him now. Come on, Brock.
That was the first somewhat legitimate shot he took.
Yeah. But then backs out. Gotta stay in there, Brock.
One minute. Still 6-0 Benitz. Slide by attempt there by Paget. He missed. Now shot in. 30 seconds left. Not much happened here in this match. Pretty much slowed down. Paget with a shot in there. Metzger trying to lift through the thighs. Paget going to bury his head. 2 takedown.
So Brock
Benitz
gets the takedown. Gets another point.
8-0.
We got a major out of it, but it's not enough.
14 points, 24-32. And the 170-pound match left yet to go.
And there aren't enough points. I guess what we're saying to you folks is there aren't enough points left out there. If Nathan could get a fall, it would take it up to 30-32. So the Milwaukee people, this would be the first time in history that they've
Ever beaten a Rapids team.
Yeah, so hats off to them, I guess. But we got one more match here, and let's close the score up here a little bit. I don't know anything about the Milwaukee boy, do you?
I don't know either. I'm trying to hear a name come from the crowd here. Oh, this is Jake Paget. They just said Paget, so this is Jake Paget.
He's late too.
So I do not know who Brock wrestled.
I think
probably
what I
going to be
thought
Connor
before.
O'Malley. Maybe he weighed in at 170.
I thought it was this here guy maybe.
In any event, doesn't change the team score at all.
No, not at all.
This is the final match, individual matchup of the day. Nathan Fuller and Jake Paget. Fuller wading in and going for a little snap down on the head, and out of bounds they work.
Well, it's been about as close a meet as you could get up to this point if the bonus points made a difference here.
Yes,
the pin
sure
points
did.
made a difference.
Close matches that we didn't win. Matrix Jisco 3-1 in overtime goes down to defeat.
That was a match I think we probably could have won.
Peyton Einerson 4-2 goes down to defeat.
Yeah.
Cal Stofflet goes down 4-3.
Huh.
Match was 4-3 at the end. It
Yeah.
wasn't that close
Yeah.
throughout the whole match, but
Yeah, well, you win the close ones. You know, that's
Yep.
that's what wins and loses
that's
them
what
for you.
Milwaukee did today.
Not a lot happening here in this first
Nope.
period.
0-0 after one. Paget real long in the arms, body, and legs, and Fuller a little more compact. Paget almost a whole head taller.
Well, Fuller wrestled at 60, you know, earlier in the year.
Fuller explodes up to his feet, gets out, gets the escape, comes up with an underhook, and a little elbow control.
Boy, they're just kind of pushing us away here. You know, he's got a good inside trip from here, but they've scouted us pretty well.
Another timing issue that they're getting straightened out. And this place is pretty quiet, Coach. I haven't heard this quiet for years.
Well, first time we're tasting defeat this year.
Yeah.
And then, you know, last year wasn't a good year. Before that, it'd been a lot of years since we haven't kind of blown this thing out of the water. It's been good wrestling, though. And cold.
And windy. Yeah, this is a cool spot to broadcast from, I can tell you that.
Come on, Nathan. Fuller leads 1-0 with a minute left here in the last match of the evening. Raiders down 32-24 with no chance of winning the dual meet here. Both these teams came in here undefeated, and
Milwaukee's going to leave that way.
Yeah. 40 seconds left here in the second period with Fuller leading 1-0. And not a lot of action.
No, after early flurry, then it's been slowed down.
They find a way of getting out of bounds, don't they?
And they're quick enough that they can always get back square with you. Long sweep shot. Fuller sidestepped that pretty easily. Was dragged to get into an underhook with head position. Lateral drop toss. Woohoo! Padgett went flying there, and it was quick. Launch and pad got loaded in a hurry, and then there was takeoff.
Unfortunately, it was off the
Out of
mat.
bounds. End of 2 periods, 1-0 Fuller with a lead. Padgett's choice.
Nate can score quick. He's a really good athlete, and he's really explosive. He had a big match earlier in the day against Freedom with a boy that had beaten him like 15-5 over at the Battle of the Bay, and Nathan won 1-0, I think, here. Had a great match. It was good for Nate.
That was a grinding match there.
Yeah.
Padgett stands right up. Fuller lifts.
Yeah, it's going to come down. It's going to come down to a takedown. 1-1 with 1:45 left in the third period. That was a nice shot.
With his shot, but got stuffed with his head down in the middle. Backs up.
Well, that was a good re-shot, good counter. There's some pretty good action. There's pretty good scrambles here.
Yeah,
come on, bounce him down to the mat.
Capitalize here.
Got a front headlock on him, and you're taking a lot of juice out of this guy right here. The guy bounces around here a lot. You don't do much with it.
One minute left. 1-1 the tie.
Be careful here, Nate.
Padgett trying to use that length that he's got in reach to his advantage, which is only smart, but hasn't gotten quite close enough. Trying that sweep shot from an awful long ways away. Little arm drag. Fuller going to try to drive through him. Off the mat they work. 27 seconds left. We're still tied at 1.
That's a nice shot.
Padgett countered well.
Yep, gets sprawled out here.
10 seconds left.
Looks like we got another overtime match, maybe, huh?
Lateral drop toss and a scramble.
No.
2 takedown at the buzzer. Padgett with a win is 3-1 at the buzzer.
Yeah, kind of what, you know, you can use the lateral maybe once a match, but he felt that coming, and
he got in that scramble and came
but
out on the
I think
short end of that.
There was about a half a tick left, I think, there, you know, when he got that. So unfortunate. But there again, you got to give them a little credit. They won the close matches right down the, you know, the line there. And there were quite a few close ones.
4 of them.
I think those are 2 pretty even teams. They come out on top here today with us.
Yeah, and then the fact that the Red Raiders may be short one, basically, you know, you got a brand new heavyweight, you know, so you're giving up a spot there, so that was 16 points there as well.
Yeah, well, we don't really have a heavyweight, so they forfeit. And there was a situation, I think the coaches felt that chance of getting a pin was better off with the guy that Pewaukee put on the mat at heavyweight than the one at 220. And who knows that? You scout them during the day, but you go with what you feel is right. Um, so it's kind of a tough one. Coaches got the kids down there in the middle, and they're telling them, I'm sure, that it's not the end of the world if you wrestled as hard as you could have. If you hung it all out there and didn't win, then that's okay, because the idea is the effort.
Yeah, and sooner or later you will run into somebody that's just a little bit better than you.
Yeah. It was a good meet. We obviously would have liked to won it. We knew it was going to be close, and you could probably wrestle that meet again tomorrow, and it might be turned around. But that's what close events are.
Yep. Coach, thanks for stopping up, giving us your insight. We'll see if head coach Scott Benitz wants to come up and give us a little of his perspective on the day. I don't know what his schedule is for the rest of today, but if we're able to bring you that, we'll bring you that interview. Coach, thanks again for giving us your insight.
Yeah, thanks, Scotty. It's been pretty good so far. I think we're doing better than we did last year, and Merry Christmas to you and Craig and all those people listening.
All right, that's it for today here for Lincoln High School Red Raider Wrestling. The Red Raiders go down in the final match, 35-24 to Pewaukee. Next up for the Red Raiders is the Clash.
The
Cheesehead, excuse me, the Cheesehead in Kaukauna. We'll be back with more Red Raider Wrestling right here on River City's Community Access. We're back now at Lincoln High School Fieldhouse for head coach Scott Benitz and his perspective on the day against the Rapids duels here. 4-1 on the day. Pretty good dual meets here, and a couple of them. Freedom and Pewaukee's a pretty good team. They came to wrestle.
Yeah, they're ranked 4th in Division II, I think, and being young, we're gonna have some ups and downs, and we wrestled pretty well with Freedom. We made some things happen in our favor. Earned some breaks, and then in the Pewaukee meet, we lost 4 out of 5 close matches.
Right.
And then, our guys were expected to get bonuses, don't get bonuses. And, we didn't wrestle. I mean, Pewaukee wrestled hard. They wrestled, all 14 guys contributed because we got no pins. So every one of their guys earned a point for their team. And our 14 guys didn't all do that. So, when that happens, you're going to lose dual meets. And unfortunately, we had to learn that lesson on the scoreboard instead of, watching when they were younger or hearing what we have to say.
Right.
And some people, and maybe it's a lesson well learned that we're not going to forget now with a young team.
Yeah, you talk about learning what is taught or what is said or what is shown, and sometimes you get the head nod in the practice room or on the mat.
Yeah.
Did it really get inside there, or is it just the head nod? And hopefully something like this, it can be shown now. This is what will happen if.
Right. Yeah. And hopefully, we got they're a nice bunch of kids. We got to get a little tougher in some tough situations, and we showed glimpses. If we just pick out Nate Fuller, he won a really tough match against the guy that beat him by 10 points last week against Freedom. That was a great effort. And then he broke in this match and tried something at the end of that match where he should have taken that match to 8.5 minutes if he needed to, and he tried to win it at the end of the match, and he lost the match. And that was the match that you got to mentally work through that, and he broke, and that cost him a match. So, and he wasn't the only one. We had things like that too. Any one of our losses, you can see where there was breaks where we mentally broke in tough spots.
Right. So. Yeah, you got just on the short end of a couple scrambles or an ill-advised positional mistake, and all those little things really add up in these close dual meets, like you said.
Yeah, and we're not feeling well maybe, and not all 100%, but man, that's sports and that's life. Very seldom you or I wake up 100%, but we have to, we have to find a way to do the things you have to do, and there's some lessons that we need to learn too, because we started out with Cody, and we thought we could get a bonus point there, and we were close, but then not quite got it, and and then we gave up extras with Ross that I didn't expect him to give up, and he wrestled a real hard match the round before, and maybe he just got wore down, and then
kind of forced to give up 6 somewhere along
the
line.
We were trying to get and Bo didn't wrestle well, and he has 2 losses this year, and he he broke in tough spots, and tonight he broke in a tough match with, you know, just kind of going through the motions, and he needed to turn it up on that guy, and look to open up and score, and he didn't, and you know, and then Matrix comes back, and that was a good match. The little let up, that kid had one move, and we were conscious for 6 minutes, and he had a little let up there, and again, that's being young, that's making a mistake in you know, in the 7th minute, and then you know, Pat wrestled well, but we gave up a point there. We get a tech. And then, you know, we go to Christian, and he got hung up and pinned, and Max too. And we got to do better giving up 6. We gave up 12. You know, if we only get beaten those 2, we still win this meet or are right in this thing. And, you know, and then Dylan, kind of same thing, you know, gets 5. You know, and, you know, and then Ethan Mercer came up big, you know, and he's wrestling really well, and had a nice win. That was our one close match we won. And man, I thought that 2nd or 3rd period went fast. I thought it was only 1 minute or something, didn't it?
It seemed like it went
something
pretty fast.
happened there. I don't know.
There was some scoring issues going on, but the timing issues,
that was not real good neither. And then I just figured Peyton would win that match at 145.
We were thinking of that too. And
that was one we just knew we won,
right?
Or, you know, on paper.
And again, you're looking at somebody that's one-dimensional.
Yeah.
He's good on the mat on top.
And good at countering on his feet one shot. And when that wasn't coming the way that he wanted it to, then he struggled.
Then there's no offense to generate anything.
Yeah, you know, so that kind of put us in the hole when he lost. And then Cal, you know, that guy was pretty decent that beat Cal, and Cal made it close. And then, you know, maybe people were wondering with Brock, that was probably their best kid. And we were going to lose criteria. And you know, we were going to move where we had to get him on whoever, and I thought he was going to pin him early, and then you know, we just kind of, you know, we got a major, but points weren't there, you know, and so, you know, if we would have needed him, I think he could have opened up and scored more, but I mean, that meet was over at that point, and then you know, we talked about Nate already, and it was just you know, it was just a combination of not always doing, you know, what we should have done, but you know, we know that's going to happen this year, and it happened at a bad time, but yet it'd be a lot worse if this is team sectional, or this is
the year.
And maybe it's individually, it's the round to get to the state tournament, and you have one of these matches. So if we can get these kind of clunkers, you know, out of the way, maybe we can you know, build on it and learn from it. It's the only thing we can do now. I can't change it anymore.
Right.
So.
Good thing is you got better part of 2 weeks or so, a week and a half at least of good practices coming up. You go into a grinder in the Cheesehead, and that tournament is loaded. It's more geared towards individuals than it is team, but still there is a team championship. Red Raiders obviously probably not going to be a favorite in that group.
No.
But you're looking to get as many tough, good, competitive matches again to build towards that end of the year. Yeah,
we're going to get 6-7 matches over there, and you know, our guys that are struggling a little bit probably get beat early, fall back in a back bracket, get 3-4 guys that they can be competitive with, and you know, you come out of there 3-3, 4-2. Even though you take, you know, 17th place, you've kind of found your level, and you've improved. And then we got some guys I think that can place high, and we'll focus on winning every match we can in that thing. And if we do that, we'll have some guys. You know, I don't know if we'll get anybody to the finals, but we could. We'll get some guys in the top 3, 4. You know, maybe top 8. Yeah, it's tough. Marmion, St. Rita, Montini, Simile, Bettendorf. You know, it's a big time tournament.
Teams.
Yeah, you know, and. We're not a national caliber team now, but that doesn't mean individually that we can't compete with guys on each of those teams, and then become one of those teams again after we start to see what that level's like. And you know, we're grinding towards the end of the year, and it's a fun bunch of kids. We just, you know, we're young enough, we make darn mistakes, and it's frustrating, you know. Yeah.
Well, Coach, thanks for stopping by. We appreciate your time and
appreciate it.
The work that you put in with these kids here, getting them better, and hopefully we'll see you at the Clash. We're not sure if we're going to be able to broadcast yet, but we'll try to work that out. And good luck, and have a Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Thanks, Craig, for doing the camera work. We appreciate it again. Thanks to Lewie Benitz for giving us his insight and color. And for Scott Tesch, that's it for today from the Lincoln High School Fieldhouse. Red Raiders 4-1 on the day in Lincoln High School Wrestling.